Hello everybody, my name is Absent Atlas, and welcome on back to another epic video. I'm going to cut to the chase, but essentially this is going to be the first of many videos I'll be making where I review a variety of shows and movies that I've watched, okay? I'll try to upload one of these every 1 to 2 weeks, and I'll try to be as thorough and as fair as possible. And I'll be analyzing them on a scale of 1 to 10. Also, please consider subscribing if you haven't already. Enjoy the video, and please note that there will be spoilers. Alright. So, I figured a good way to start off this series would be with a personal favorite show of mine, She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. I finished the show about 2 weeks ago, and watching it was a very rewarding experience. There are so many reasons I've fallen in love with the show, and I'll do my best to go as in-depth as possible. One of the most important aspects of any show is the characters. And one of the show's many strengths is its stellar character development. First of all, seeing the characters bicker amongst themselves on screen is really fun to watch. The lines for each and every character are well written, and they really deliver the emotion that they're intended to, whether it be humor, sadness, tension, or passion. Beyond that, though, the characters feel incredibly real and three-dimensional. Almost every hero has their moral shortcomings that they have to overcome. Almost every villain, no matter how horrible the things they've done, has some good in them as well. And one of the most prevalent themes in She-Ra is that conflict is more complicated than good versus bad. And nowhere is this idea more prevalent than in Catra's character arc. Catra, she did bad things throughout the majority of the show, but she does them because she's hurt, scared, desperate, lonely. However, Catra redeems herself, showing her true nature in the end. She shows her willingness to sacrifice herself for the one she loves time and time again. And let's be real, in the end, it was Catra's love and support that gave Adora the strength to save Etheria, and really the entire universe. That's a nice segment into one of She-Ra's best themes, love. And not just kind of any love, queer love to be specific. She-Ra did what in many shows have struggled to and failed to do, which is represent the LGBTQ community in a realistic way. Oh boy. She-Ra does this by not only showing the audience that queer love can be powerful, but also normal, okay? A lot of the queer details within the show are simply just that, details. Around half the main cast is queer, but for the most part, that isn't something essential to the plot. The one exception would be the relationship between Catra and Adora, but ultimately, what's important to that part of the story is their love, not the fact that it's queer love. And in the end, She-Ra showcases queer people for who they really are normal people. Now, of course, no analysis of an animated show would be complete without discussing the visuals. The show features bright and vibrant colors, which perfectly fit the theme of the show. The animation is well done, and it's pretty smooth. Of course, it's not perfect. There are bits that are rough, or times when the character design is a little off, but it's not really meant to be perfect, okay? She-Ra shines for its ability to tell a story, and this style and quality of animation serve that purpose just fine. Honestly, this style of animation is just right for She-Ra as it plays the background role and doesn't take attention away from the story. Also, I find it pretty charming. As for the story itself, it's exceptionally well written. Throughout the course of the show, the perspective constantly shifts from the perspective of the rebels to the perspective of the Horde. This is necessary because the two main characters are on two different sides, these characters being Catra and Adora. This style of storytelling really makes the conflict seem more real and nuanced as opposed to just darkness versus light, you know? It's a lot more complicated than that, even in the real world. Sometimes watching the show is a bittersweet experience. I found myself on the edge of my seat, throughout seasons 4 and parts of season 5, wondering if this moment would finally be Catra's turning point, right? Now, that isn't to say the whole plot was perfect. One of the bigger issues I had with the plot was Shadow Weaver's redemption arc. It felt too sudden in a way. Granted, Shadow Weaver's final scene was incredibly well done, so I can't knock her redemption arc too many points. But yeah, overall, a beautiful and captivating story. Here are a few other important details that really take the show to the next level. The show handles the really complex dilemma that is balancing your ideals and relationships. My favorite quote from the show, besides "I need to blow something up," was one quote from Mara Tashira, and it goes like this: "You're worth more than what you can give to other people." And that's a really inspiring quote to me, and it sends an important message. Also, the show features an important non-binary character, Double Trouble. I love Double Trouble. An exceptional character. It's nice to see that more non-binary representation in media, and it's even nicer to see that even villains respect their pronouns. Like, come on, Ben Shapiro. Even even people who are trying to take over the world respect pronouns. And finally, the music is incredibly well done, spectacular. She-Ra is everything a modern animated show should be. It's a quality work with characters the audience will fall in love with. It has a plot that keeps you captivated and always on the edge of your seat. It delivers the right messaging, especially messages that we don't hear often enough in today's world. These factors are what really take She-Ra to the next level. I rate She-Ra and the Princesses of Power a 9.8 out of 10. This show will probably serve as something of a great benchmark for what an excellent show should be, and it'll probably be a gold standard for me in the future as I review other shows. Um, Anyways, that concludes my review of She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, please consider subscribing. Anyways, I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!